What's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out another Eastern Current fishing video. Today is a video of my first trip on my new Bonafide P127 kayak. I went out and did some fishing in a tidal creek in a brackish water area targeting redfish, speckled trout, and bass, and had a little bit of success. It wasn't the best I've ever had, but really fun day learning how to fish this new kayak, using electronics to find fish and locate fish and catch fish. And as well, I'm going to do a walkthrough of this new kayak here. That's going to be the beginning part of the video. If you'd rather just jump right to the fishing, you can skip ahead to that. But thanks for checking out the video. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm new to the kayak world. It's been something I've been wanting to get into for quite a while because I believe it's a really good tool to fish a lot of ways that you really can't off of any type of other boat. The two ways that it does that is, one, to be able to fish vertically over structure in shallow water, 15 feet up to 6 to 8 feet. I can fish vertically. I can get up underneath docks, pick docks apart, and I can also get to shallow water that I normally can't even access on my skiff. So you'd be surprised how many fish will still belly crawl and tail and stuff shallower than even the shallowest flat skiff can float in. So it allows me to get over and just be able to drag that boat. But I want to walk y'all through how I've got the kayak set up. This is the first kayak I've ever set up, so if you have any suggestions on anything that I've done wrong or should change, let me know. But I'll kind of walk y'all through from what I've done so far. So like I said, it's the Bonafide P127. It's a great boat. I've really liked it. Super stable the times that I fished on it. I can stand up in it no problem whatsoever and feel really safe. But I've got all of mine, it's unorganized right now, but I've got all of my electronics up here, or all my cords running into here with this Yak Attack battery, so I can charge that and run my HDS 7, which is the same graph that I'm using on my skiff right now. And I was going to get a new graph for it, and I was like, wait a second, I can just take that one back and forth. So I'll be fishing some similar water, so it'll be beneficial to have waypoints and whatnot on there. So the cords come out of this hatch here, which can also be lifted out and have more storage within the kayak. And they run through this little wire chase, little holder here, and then up to the back of my graph here. So I've got a 3-in-1 transducer here underneath the boat that allows me to have side scan, and down view, water temperature. I've got a satellite chip in there for my skiff, which was helpful in the kayak, but more so in the skiff to see sandbars and stuff like that when I'm running shallow. Here's the drive here for the kayak, the propel. Well, I was really impressed with it, and I finally kind of figured out where I like my seat on this boat to be able to more effortlessly pedal that boat. Got my paddle attached right here with a measuring stick built into it, which is really nice. I use the paddle a little bit when I would kind of get turned around up near the banks. I've got a Yak Attack box in the back with it facing forward, so I can just turn around really easily, go in here, grab whatever tackle I need out of it. This lid is like a fixed, if you can run them really loose and it would be more fall up and down, but I tightened it down so that I don't have to worry about holding that up while I'm digging around in there. I've got 4 rod holders in here, but one thing I've realized pretty quickly is I'm going to be using one rod when I'm fishing at all times. So when I'm doing that, I'm taking the other one and running 3 rods off one side. So I typically cast from this side of the boat here. So I'm able to have this whole side open for hook sets and for casting. I can still cast off the left side, but I just really like having this right side opened up. And I'm able to do that by utilizing the in-boat rod holder here and these two. And that's really, I can never see myself wanting more than 4 rods. I mean, a lot of times on my skiff, I'll just run 2 spin rods or bait casters at a time. The rudder system here in the back, which is super simple with the handle right here. And I really don't think I'm going to add much more. I'm able to drop it down here and pull it back up to get the drive down. I just pop this open. That slides down into the boat, and I can lock that back in. I've got this nice tray like I usually run my phone propped up right there, and I'm able to see it, baits and hooks and whatnot there. But just a really fun way to fish. One thing that I really like that Bonafide sent me was this extra cushion for my butt. I didn't realize how much I would actually want that, but my tailbone was killing me because I'm not used to fishing sitting down so much. But I really just like how effectively and quietly I can target shallow water with this boat, but I can also fish vertically, so get above fish, scan them on my graph, and jig to them with a kayak. You really can't do that from a skiff. You can't do that from a boat. You can do it once you have enough depth underneath you, but it's really hard to do on a boat if you're under 15 feet of water. You're gonna spook those fish. I mean, you gotta think about it. 15 sounds deep when you're looking at it on a graph, but 15 feet is not much longer than this kayak here. I don't know the exact length on this, but like this boat right here is a 20-foot boat. So imagine 5 feet shorter. I mean, you're only that far away from the fish. So you're really spooking them. Even with this drive here, if you're pedaling too hard above fish, you're gonna spook them. I mean, I've seen plenty of redfish in shallow water and know they don't like that odd disturbance. So getting vertically, you're gonna see a lot of videos here in the future of me getting out and fishing vertically and fishing around structure on this kayak in a way that I can't do any other way. So I'll still be using my skiff and my bay boat for the generic fishing that I already do. I'm not gonna be going and doing that much of that on the kayak, but I feel like this kayak's gonna open a whole new world of saltwater and freshwater fishing for me to explore and to give a shot and be able to put some videos out here for y'all. So that was the walkthrough. I'm looking to make sure I didn't miss anything. I really like this Yak Attack box. This is awesome, and it straps in here. So even if I like flip the kayak, as long as I've got this flipped over like that, I'm not gonna lose any of my tackle. So I was trying to be really conscious, put everything back in there. I'm gonna get a little small dry box that fits in there so I can put like my wallet and keys and anything electric in there. But the way I was running my GoPro was I just had a little box here, and I was able to just wear my GoPro and run my wire to my extended battery pack down to there. And then for some reason my GoPro that I was clipping onto my drive here wasn't working yesterday, so I just have one camera angle. But it's been a really fun boat so far. Excited to bring y'all more kayak fishing videos, and I hope y'all enjoy the fishing footage that's starting right here. All right, well, I'm out here doing something new today. I got this new kayak from Bonafide. Finally got it rigged up and excited to do some kayak fishing for redfish, speckled trout, flounder, stripers. One, because it's gonna help me access new areas, but two, it's gonna allow me to fish in a whole new way. And I really just love learning and becoming a more well-rounded angler. So today, it's my first day out on the kayak. I'm gonna get out here and see if I can catch some redfish and some stripers. Hopefully we'll be able to catch a few of each, but we'll see. It's so different fishing from a kayak than a boat, and so there's definitely a learning curve. So I'll see what I can do. I'm going to use my graph and try to locate these fish on down scan, but I'm also going to be casting some shallower stuff, anywhere from, you know, fishing shallow in 3 to 5 feet of water, as well as dropping off and maybe doing some vertical jigging in 12 to 15 feet of water. So hopefully, if you've seen this, if you've seen the intro, that means there's a video. So hopefully I catch enough fish to make a video for y'all, and maybe it'll just be a, you know, first outing on the kayak, and we'll see how that goes. But stay tuned.
So it took me a little while to get used to fishing from a pedal drive kayak again. There was definitely, you know, some differences to sitting down and fishing as opposed to standing up and fishing off of the boat. But once I got the hang of the drive system, forward and reverse, and the ability to kind of hold myself in a spot or spin myself in a spot, it really is, in my opinion, the greatest tool for the type of fishing that I was doing. I was able to really pick stuff apart, you know, fish vertically, then cast up to the creek mouths. This Z-Man diesel minnow on a 3/8 ounce Texas Eye or XL Texas Eye was the ticket. I was in a bunch of snags. There was a bunch of old cypress knees and whatnot, and I was really able to drag that through. I hung up a few times, but was able to fish it very effectively. It's a pretty heavy cover. When I pulled up to this spot initially, I could tell it was probably going to have some fish on it. It was just a really nice flat coming off the point on my right-hand side, fading off into the middle of the channel, and just a very light current break. There was very little current there, so I spent some time picking this apart, and it paid off.
There we go. He's on the way down. Redfish or a striper. Nice red. Well, that's my first redfish out of a pedal kayak. Hopefully the start of a
new adventure. I mean, that's a healthy little redfish. I couldn't be more stoked. He thumped it. I hadn't even twitched it yet. I just threw it. I've been kind of going through, really trying to use my graph and mark these fish. I'm excited about that on the kayak because it's something that I really can't do on a boat in shallower water, you know, 6 to 15 feet of water, because I think I spook them. I've tried it, and I'm really excited with the kayak to be able to kind of target these fish in a new way and in some areas that they don't get very pressured. So I'd say he's about 26, 27, 25 to 27 inches. So we'll let him go. There's another one. I think that's a little smaller. What is this? Oh, a bass. Largemouth bass next cast. That's pretty awesome. Not a monster, but they're definitely using these eddies. This is the first time I've slowed down and really fished a point, or behind a point. We still got a little bit of incoming tide here. At least it feels like it's incoming. It looks like it's dropping, but nice little largemouth. What a pretty color. It looks like a redfish almost. I don't know if I've ever caught a largemouth that color.
Well, that was a really fun first trip on the new kayak. Definitely a learning curve. I think I might need to do a little stretching because my lower back is hurting me a little bit. Maybe I gotta adjust how my seat is set up. But not a super eventful day as far as catching goes, but had a few bites, capitalized on 2, had a largemouth bass that was the color of a redfish, and had a nice upper slot redfish. So hopefully y'all enjoyed watching the kayak fishing. I'll get better at it. I'll catch some more fish, and also it's just kind of a tough time of year, doing some exploring, trying to figure some things out. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I will be doing some more kayak videos as well as many other fishing videos here on this channel. So if you liked it, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Later.